Hi, I'm Matthew, and I want to have a look in this video at where the price paid by a student for an online course on Udemy goes to once it's gone through all of the various routes that it would normally go to. So one of the shares will go to Udemy, and then there's also the instructor who will take a share as well. And then you've got other sources of or shares of where that price paid will go. So some of those will be tax and then store fees, say on iTunes and on the Play Store as well. To have a look at this in a bit of detail, I've had a look at calendar year 20, total up how many sales that we've made. So this is around about just over $11,500, which really surprised me actually. I was quite taken aback by that figure, and the largest slice is taken up by Udemy at 57%, which feels probably quite a lot, and some people might be a little bit surprised by that, and that's just over $6,500. The next slice is taken up by the instructor share, so what goes to the instructor after store fees and the tax and that sort of thing, and that's a share of 31%, which is pretty generous, I think, considering how a lot of these sales are made, which I'll go onto in the latter half of this video. And that figure is just over $3,600, so pretty reasonable. And bear in mind that the 4 courses that we have, they're made by 2 people, so myself and my friend, and so that 3,600 then gets split between the 2 of us. Think of it as if you've made all these 4 courses, then you could get about 31% of the sales. The next portions of the pie are 7% for tax. Thankfully is not as high as it possibly could be. One reason I think this is not as high as I thought it might be is because not all countries take tax at this point. And when I say at this point, I mean between a student enrolling in a course, so when they make their transaction, to when you see the share go into the instructor's account. So there's a dashboard we can have a look at as instructors. So from the transaction to the instructor looking at the dashboard. Some countries you'll have to pay tax after that point. So a lot of them, and some of our big markets that we have on Udemy, reside in the tax after it's entered the Udemy dashboard, shall we say. So you may be wondering, well, why is the Udemy share 57%? That seems quite large. Why is the instructor share not more like 57% and the Udemy share maybe 31%? A lot of the sales that we've made on our courses and enrollments, they've been driven through Udemy promotional campaigns. So there's 2 primary ones which have attributed to this split, if you like. We agreed and opted into the Marketing Boost program and the Deals program and the Udemy for Business. These promotional campaigns is something I go through in another video, which is in a link down in the description. And as a summary, the Deals program is where Udemy can reduce the price of your course, no matter what price it is, down to a price of no lower than $10 or equivalent for other countries, with a few exceptions. Whatever reaches Udemy after store fees and tax is then split, so 50% would then go to Udemy and 50% would then go to the instructor. Now, the Marketing Boost program is slightly different in that after store fees and tax, 75% would go to Udemy and 25% would come to the instructor. Through those routes, Udemy will get somewhere between 75% and 50% of a share. It's not really that surprising to see that Udemy's share overall over a year is somewhere between 50 and 75, so 57%. You could actually think of another scenario whereby if I were to gain enrollments through my links, so with Udemy you can send out a link, and if someone buys a course after having clicked on that link, then you get accredited with selling that course, and you would get 97% of that paid price. If I'd only sold or got student enrollments through my links, that 57% from Udemy's share would just be added to my 31%. So it would be potentially up to 88%. So that's possibly the potential, but in reality, if you haven't got much of an audience and you need Udemy to help you gain traction or advertise, what I'm showing on the pie chart is probably a more realistic target or realistic expectation of what you might be able to achieve. Well, I hope that's been somewhat useful, and I'll be exploring more Udemy analytics and details in future videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.